Did you just stumble upon an old penny lying around? Maybe in a drawer, an old piggy bank, or tucked away in a forgotten coin jar? Well, before you toss it aside thinking it's just 1 cent, stop. Because that tiny coin in your hands might be worth up to $4 million. Yes, you heard that right. One single 1949 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, selling for an eye-watering fortune. And guess what? There could be more hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. But before you run off to check your coin stash, you need to know exactly what makes this penny so valuable. Because not all 1949 pennies are worth millions. Miss just one crucial detail, and you could unknowingly let a life-changing fortune slip right through your fingers. So, what makes a 1949 no-mint mark penny worth a mind-blowing sum? Let's break it down. First, rarity. The 1949 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, but a rare error or unique condition can turn an ordinary coin into a jackpot. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, had double die errors, or featured a misaligned strike, each of these details increasing the value exponentially. Second, condition. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition. If your 1949 penny has minimal wear, a strong strike, and sharp details, you're looking at serious money. And here's where things get really interesting. Some of these rare 1949 pennies have already sold for 6 figures at major auctions. But the true shocker? One recently valued at nearly $4 million has experts on edge, wondering if even more are out there. Imagine this: you're holding a penny right now, completely unaware that it could be worth more than a luxury mansion. Think about that for a second. A single coin, worth more than most people make in a lifetime. Alright, now that your heart is racing, let's talk about what you need to do next. Because finding a rare coin is only half the battle, knowing how to sell it for top dollar is the real game changer. Inspect your 1949 penny under good lighting. Look for errors like doubling on the letters, an off-center strike, or an unusually shiny surface that could indicate a special minting process. Check the grade. A coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can officially certify your penny's condition, skyrocketing its value in the collector's market. Step 3. Sell smart. Don't just take it to any pawn shop and expect millions. Instead, reach out to reputable coin dealers, major auction houses, or online marketplaces specializing in rare coins. Now, here's the million, or should I say $4 million, question. Could you be holding one of these record-breaking pennies? Because history has proven that these rare treasures are still being found in the most unexpected places. So, don't wait. Go check your pennies right now. Who knows? You might be sitting on a life-changing fortune without even realizing it. And if you want to stay ahead of the game and learn about more rare coins worth millions, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your next penny find could be the one that changes everything. The next millionaire could be you. Imagine opening a dusty old coin jar, expecting nothing but loose change, but instead, you find a single penny that could be worth $3.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, one single penny could change your life forever. But here's the catch: not every 1964 penny is worth a fortune. So how do you know if you're holding a life-changing coin or just another piece of pocket change? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might make you want to check every penny in your house immediately. Back in 1964, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies. Most of them just ordinary 1-cent pieces. But a rare few, they carry an error so significant that collectors are willing to pay millions. Now, before you rush to check your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes these rare pennies so special. First, you need to check for a specific minting error, a mistake so rare that it skyrockets the coin's value. Look closely at the D mint mark. Some of these pennies have a double die error, meaning the design was accidentally stamped twice, creating a slightly blurry or doubled appearance on Lincoln's face or the lettering. Others have a misplaced mint mark, an off-center strike, or an unusual metallic composition. These are the hidden clues that separate $1 million penny from a regular one. But here's where it gets crazy. a collector recently paid $3.7 million for a near-perfect 1964 D Lincoln penny with a rare error. Imagine that, a single coin, worth more than a mansion, a Ferrari, and a luxury vacation combined. So, how do you know if you have the next record-breaking penny? Now, before you flip over your couch cushions and start tearing through your grandma's coin jar, let's get into some specifics. And hey, if she asks why you're suddenly so interested in her old change, just tell her you're doing family financial planning. The truth is, time is running out. Rare coins increase in value every year, and collectors are hunting for these rare 1964 D pennies right now. If you have one, it could mean instant wealth. If you don't check, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. So, here's what you need to do next: grab your coin collection, check every 1964 D penny, and examine them carefully. Look for doubling, mint mark errors, and unique metallic tones. If you find something unusual, don't hesitate, get it appraised by a professional. Because once these rare coins disappear into private collections, their prices will only go higher. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. Your next trip to the grocery store could be funded by a single forgotten penny. Could you be holding the next $3.7 million coin? There's only one way to find out. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment below if you've ever come across an unusual penny. You might just have a hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. Into an old coin jar, pulling out a penny, and realizing it's worth more than a Lamborghini. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened to a lucky collector who discovered a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, valued at a jaw-dropping $3.50 million. Think about it. A single penny. A coin most people toss aside without a second thought. But today, you might just find out that you've been sitting on a fortune this whole time. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check if your 1978 penny is one of these rare gems, and how you can turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Let's rewind to 1978. The US Mint was busy producing billions of pennies. But something unexpected happened. A batch of these coins left the mint without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare. Now, why is this such a big deal? Normally, Lincoln pennies from Philadelphia in 1978 should have a P mint mark. But a small error resulted in some being struck with no mint mark at all. At first glance, it looks like just another old penny. But collectors and investors, they see a golden opportunity. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. I know what you're thinking. Wait, are you telling me I've been walking around with a millionaire penny in my pocket this whole time? Well, maybe. And if you've ever casually handed one over for a pack of gum, you might want to take a moment of silence for your lost fortune. So, what makes these no-mint mark 1978 Lincoln pennies worth a staggering $3.50 million? Reason number 1, extreme rarity. The fewer there are, the higher the value. Experts believe that only a handful of these pennies exist, making them one of the rarest errors in U.S. coin history. Reason number 2, high demand. Wealthy collectors are constantly on the hunt for unique, error coins. When demand skyrockets, so does the price. Reason number 3, condition matters. A 1978 no-mint mark penny in perfect, uncirculated condition can fetch millions at auction. Even circulated versions could still be worth thousands. But wait, what if you're sitting on one right now and you don't even know it? Alright, it's time to find out if you're holding a piece of history. Examine your 1978 penny closely, grab a magnifying glass and check for any signs of a missing mint mark. No P. You might have a winner. Look at the condition. The fewer scratches and marks, the higher the value. Coins in pristine condition bring in the big bucks. Get it professionally appraised. If you suspect you have a rare 1978 no-mint mark penny, do not spend it. Instead, have it authenticated by a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Sell it the right way. Auctions, private collectors, and rare coin dealers are your best bets. The right buyer could turn your penny into a millionaire-making deal. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your old coin jars, your piggy banks, even that dusty drawer filled with loose change, because right now, sitting somewhere in your house, could be a tiny copper coin worth millions. And if you want to know about more rare pennies worth a fortune, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for the next video, where I'll reveal another hidden treasure hiding in your pocket change. Time is money, and in this case, a single second could be worth millions. Grabbing an old jar of pennies, and finding out that one of them, yes, a regular-looking penny, could be worth $3.2 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's happening right now, and people are cashing in on rare coins they never even knew were valuable. But here's the real kicker: you might have this exact penny sitting in your home, hiding in plain sight. And if you don't check, you could be walking past a fortune every single day. Now, before you run off to dump your pennies all over the table, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to sell it, and most importantly, how to avoid getting ripped off. And trust me, the last thing you want is to accidentally spend $1 million penny on a cup of coffee. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. What makes the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? First, let's talk about what makes a coin rare. It's all about errors, misprints, and production mistakes. These aren't just accidents, they're golden tickets for collectors willing to pay top dollar. And the 1988 penny? It has one of the most shocking errors in numismatic history. So what's the mistake? It all comes down to a small but powerful detail: the transition between the 1988 and 1989 penny dies. The 1988 penny was supposed to have a distinct engraving style for the lettering and Lincoln's bust. But a mix-up at the mint caused some 1988 pennies to be struck with the 1989 reverse die, a mistake so subtle that most people never notice it, and that's the $3.20 million secret. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I tell if I have this version? Glad you asked. Flip your penny over and look at the word America. If the spacing between the letters is tighter than usual, you might be looking at a jackpot. And before you start sweating bullets trying to analyze your coin under a magnifying glass, relax. I'll break it down for you step by step. Check the back of the penny. Look for the America spacing difference. Examine the initials FG next to the Lincoln Memorial. If they appear sharper or slightly different from a regular 1988 penny, you could be holding the rare variety. If you suspect you have the rare coin, do not sell it to just anyone. Scammers and lowballers are everywhere, and the last thing you want is to get tricked out of millions. Speaking of scams, let's talk about how not to get ripped off, the biggest mistake people make. Selling too fast. A shady dealer might offer you a few $100s and act like they're doing you a favor. Meanwhile, they turn around and sell your coin for millions. So, how do you protect yourself? First, get it authenticated. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC will certify your coin's authenticity and give it a proper grade. This is what serious buyers look for, and it will skyrocket your coin's value. Second, auction houses are your best friend. If you've got a confirmed rare 1988 penny, don't settle for anything less than what it's worth. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections have seen rare pennies like this sell for record-breaking amounts. Now, let's be real, most people will never even check their change. They'll keep ignoring their old pennies, thinking they're worthless, while the smart ones are cashing in. So here's my challenge to you: go check your pennies right now. You might be sitting on a life-changing fortune, and you'll never know unless you look. And if you found something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about your finds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I'll be covering more rare coins that could make you a millionaire. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth millions. Simple penny in your pocket, only to realize it could be worth up to $3 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, the 1993 Lincoln penny is proving collectors wrong, shocking the numismatic world with its staggering market value. But here's the real question: could you be holding one of these rare pennies without even knowing it? Let's set the stage. It's just another ordinary day. You reach into a drawer, a jar, maybe the cup holder in your car, and pull out some loose change. But what if I told you one of those pennies, yes, that tiny copper-colored coin, could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune? The 1993 Lincoln penny isn't just any penny. While most are only worth face value, a rare error variation has sold for nearly $3 million. That's more than some luxury homes, sports cars, or even a lifetime of vacations. But why is it so valuable? What makes this little coin worth so much? Let's break it down. The value of the 1993 penny comes down to rarity, condition, and, this is a big one, errors. Some of these pennies were struck using experimental or defective dies, creating rare variations that collectors are willing to pay massive amounts for. Think of it like a factory mistake that turned into hidden treasure, but here's the twist: many people have these pennies without even realizing it. They sit unnoticed in old piggy banks, tucked away in dresser drawers, or jingling around in forgotten coin jars. Could you be one of the lucky ones? Now, before you rush off to check your spare change, let's talk about how to spot one of these rare coins. Look for unusual doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or even a different metal composition. Some have subtle errors that require a magnifying glass to detect, but if you find one, oh boy, get ready for a major payday. Now, here's where things get really exciting. These rare 1993 pennies are selling for jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. Just last year, one sold for nearly $3 million. And the best part? Prices are climbing as more collectors scramble to get their hands on one. That means the time to act is now. Think about it. What would you do with an extra $1 million? Pay off debts. Buy your dream house. Travel the world. This isn't just about a penny, it's about seizing an opportunity that could change your life forever. But here's the catch: not all coin dealers will recognize the true value of your penny. That's why it's critical to get it authenticated by a reputable numismatic expert before selling. Otherwise, you could end up handing over a fortune for just a few cents. And trust me, you don't want to be the person who unknowingly gives away a $3 million coin. Final cliffhanger and CTA. So, the real question is, are you sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it? There's only one way to find out. Check your coins, inspect them closely, and if you think you have a rare 1993 penny, get it evaluated ASAP. And if you want to stay ahead of the game, learning how to spot valuable coins before everyone else does, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Now, go check your pennies, you might just be holding a fortune in your hands, realizing it could be worth nearly $3 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, hold on to your seat, because today, we're talking about the 1997 Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Now, before you dismiss this as just another penny story, let me ask you, what if that small, seemingly worthless coin in your jar right now is actually your golden ticket to wealth? Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this rare penny, what makes it so valuable, and how you can turn it into life-changing money. And trust me, you do not want to miss this. Most 1997 Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent. So why is this particular one worth up to $2.9 million? It all comes down to a rare minting error that makes collectors go wild. Picture this: it's 1997. The Denver Mint is producing millions of pennies, but something goes wrong. A small batch of these coins is struck on the wrong metal planchet, giving them an entirely different weight, look, and texture. This minting mistake turned an ordinary penny into a treasure worth millions. But wait, it gets even crazier. Some of these rare pennies also have double die errors, meaning the text or image on the coin appears slightly duplicated, making them even more valuable. So, if you find a 1997 penny with odd coloring, an unusual weight, or a doubling effect, congratulations, you might be holding a small fortune. Still not convinced this is real? Just last year, a lucky collector found one and sold it for nearly $2.9 million at an auction. Let that sink in for a second. 1. Single penny. Changed someone's financial future forever. Alright, now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how you can turn your change into cash. First, grab any 1997 pennies you have. Examine them under a magnifying glass. Look for odd colors, unusual weight, or doubling in the text and images. If anything seems off, don't ignore it, that could be your jackpot. Next, take it to a professional coin grading service. Companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify its value. The difference between a regular penny and a $1 million penny. Official certification. Finally, list it for auction. High-end collectors, coin investors, and numismatists are constantly searching for these rare finds. The right auction house can turn your rare penny into a bidding war, and that's where you see the real money. Now, imagine this. You check your penny jar tonight, and boom, you find the rare 1997 penny. How would your life change with an extra $2.9 million? Would you retire early? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Before you go, do yourself a favor, check your pockets, your drawers, and that dusty old coin jar. Your fortune could be hiding in plain sight, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, there are even more rare coins out there that could make you rich. See you in the next one. $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not just a fantasy. The 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is making waves in the numismatic world, and some rare variations of this coin are skyrocketing in value. But here's the shocking part, most people are throwing these coins away without even knowing their true worth. That's right. You could have a small fortune hiding in your couch cushions, and meanwhile, you're out there paying $4 for a cup of coffee. Makes you rethink your priorities, doesn't it? So, what makes the 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? At first glance, it looks like an ordinary penny. No special markings, no flashy features. But don't be fooled. Hidden among the billions of pennies minted that year are a handful of coins with rare errors that can send collectors into a bidding war, and here's the thing, one of these pennies already sold for thousands of dollars. And some experts believe a perfect specimen could fetch up to $1 million. Let's talk facts. In recent auctions, rare 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies with unique errors have sold for staggering amounts. Some feature dramatic doubling in the lettering, while others have striking anomalies in Lincoln's portrait. And then there are those with off-center strikes, misalignments, or even mysterious missing details. Basically, these coins are like the unicorns of pocket change. Hard to find, but when you do, jackpot. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare pennies? Great question. There are a few key signs to look for, and if you spot one, you could be holding a tiny piece of copper worth a fortune. But here's where it gets really interesting. The demand for these coins is growing fast, which means their value could keep climbing. And that window of opportunity? It won't stay open forever. So, what should you do next? Check your change. Look through your old coin jars, your wallet, even that mysterious pile of pennies in your car's cup holder. Examine them carefully. If you spot any of the key errors, it's time to take action. Get it authenticated. A professional grading service can confirm its rarity and determine its market value. And here's the final, most important step. Don't wait, think about it. What if a single penny could change your life? What if, right now, sitting somewhere in your home, is a coin that could be worth a small fortune? Don't let it slip away. Because here's the truth, fortune favors those who pay attention. And if you think the 2019 penny is valuable, wait until you hear about the next coin on our list, one that collectors are willing to pay even more for, so make sure you subscribe, because you won't want to miss this.